Imagine the impossible. One moment, the disciplined tramp of Caligari on Roman stone. The next, asphalt. Before them, not the familiar forum, but towering canyons of glass and blinding light. Screaming metal beasts race past. Unearthly wails pierce the air. A Roman manipulus, 120 seasoned legionaries, materializes amidst the bewildering chaos of the 21st century. Clad in lorica segmentata, bearing scutum, pilum, and gladius, they represent the peak of ancient military might. But how does iron discipline face a world beyond comprehension? How do we confront ghosts made real? Their sense is real. The constant mechanical roar, the unnatural glow of signs. Are these attacks? Portents from angered gods? The air tastes wrong, sharp with chemical fumes. Smooth plastic and cold glass replace familiar textures. Discarded refuse hints at incomprehensible excess. The core of Roman military supremacy was disciplina militaris, an unwavering, often brutal, system of order. Central to this was the Centurion, wielding near absolute authority, visibly represented by the vitus, his staff of vinewood. This was no mere symbol, it was a tool for castigatio, immediate corporal punishment for the slightest infraction, a common, necessary reality for maintaining formation and readiness under extreme duress. But apply that same standard today. Strike a soldier for dropping equipment, and the Centurion instantly transforms from respected commander to common criminal, liable for assault charges. Roman discipline, however, extended far beyond mere blows. Lethargy on watch could invoke the fustuarium, a horrifying ritual where the offender was beaten to death by his own unit, men who themselves faced execution if they refused. Collective failure or cowardice might trigger decimatio, the calculated execution of every 10th man, chosen by lot, by his own comrades. For Rome, these were grim necessities, the bedrock of unit cohesion. In our time, they are nothing less than premeditated murder, unambiguous war crimes. Compounding this is the sacramentum, the soldier's sacred oath, binding him body and soul not to laws or rights, but to his commanders and the distant figure of the emperor. How can such men comprehend civilian authority, due process, or the concept of individual liberties? Their loyalty is absolute, but only within their own rigid structure. The visual language of rank, so clear in the Roman army, dissolves in the modern world. A police officer, perhaps female, lacking imposing armor, fails to register as a legitimate figure of command. Orders are ignored. The ancient hierarchy fractures against the invisible rules of a new reality. Beyond discipline, their very art of war becomes tragically obsolete. Roman victory was built on the Pilum volley disrupting enemy formations, the disciplined charge of the Gladius, and the impenetrable shield wall of the testudo. But this concrete jungle negates every hard-won advantage. The testudo, designed to repel arrows and stones, offers zero protection against modern firearms. High-velocity rounds would shred the wooden scooter effortlessly. A single grenade would inflict devastating casualties within its tightly packed ranks. Even navigating urban obstacles, curbs, street furniture, doorways, shatters the formation's integrity. Their weapons fare no better. The Pilum, cleverly designed to bend on impact and disable shields, is useless against vehicle bodies or Kevlar vests. It cannot halt a charging car. The Gladius, supreme in close combat, is pitifully outranged and outmatched by firearms, weapons perceived as dark magic, killing impersonally from impossible distances. Tactical doctrine, honed over centuries for open battlefields, collapses completely. Urban canyons nullify flanking maneuvers. Siegecraft and engineering skills find no application. The result is tactical paralysis, a chilling realization of utter vulnerability that strikes at the core of their identity as soldiers. This external clash mirrors an internal one, a collision of fundamental values. Roman virtus, courage, manliness, proven in face-to-face combat, finds no outlet against unseen threats or mechanized warfare. How does one display valor against a drone? Pietas, duty to the gods, state, and tradition, encounters a world seemingly devoid of the divine pantheon. Where are the temples? The public rites? This secular, multicultural society appears godless, perhaps cursed. They might desperately scan pigeon formations for omens, or see divine pronouncements in flashing advertisements. Roman gravitas, seriousness, dignity, self-control recoils from the perceived chaos, noise, and casual nature of modern life. It all seems frivolous, decadent, lacking the proper solemnity. Finally, the Roman worldview, which often categorized non-Romans as barbarians, now confronts a reality where everyone fits that description. Different languages, customs, appearances, beliefs, and stranger still, people of diverse origins holding positions of authority. Modern concepts of equality are baffling, potentially seen as societal weakness. Add the insurmountable language barrier, vulgar Latin, against a cacophony of modern tongues, confusion over strange processed foods in unnatural containers, and clashing hygiene standards, and the picture is complete. Every facet of existence becomes an ordeal, alienating them from this incomprehensible new age. So, the Roman legionary stands stranded, overwhelmed by senses they cannot process, bound by a discipline modern law condemns as criminal, armed with weapons utterly useless against our technology, guided by values alien to our diverse, secular world. Beyond the spectacle lies human tragedy. Trained warriors reduced to terrified figures. A centurion's authority evaporates. Individual soldiers face a reality they cannot fight or comprehend. This reveals the dizzying speed of change, how power relies utterly on context. Plucked from their era, Rome's finest wouldn't conquer. They would likely break beneath an incomprehensible weight. A stark reminder, even great empires are bound to their time. What single piece of modern tech do you think would utterly terrify a Roman centurion the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip through time, give us a thumbs up. And for more historical chaos theory, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. You wouldn't want to miss the next anomaly.